Shotguns suck. There's no other way of saying it. The shotguns in Modern Warfare 3 are the most unreliable and inconsistent gun class in the entire game and practically pointless to fucking use. Now, the game you're watching is obviously from a while ago, and like I mentioned, now that I'm taking my break to play Final Fantasy and shit, so this was all pre-patch. And you'll notice that most of my team was content sitting in the fucking spawn and never moving. So the half of this fucking game, I'm gonna keep spawning all the way back here because my goddamn teammates never wanted to leave this goddamn place, man. Now, I haven't played the game since the shotgun and the Kimbo gun patch came out and shit like that, so I really can't give any details or thoughts on what the patch did or what it didn't do. I don't really give a fuck. I don't plan on playing Modern Warfare 3 and downloading the patch until the downloadable content comes out on PlayStation 3. You know, those stupid maps and shit like that. Which, by the way, it's coming out the same fucking day as SSX. It's like, oh, fuck, man. I just wanted to get my snowboarding on, but now I gotta go get my DLC pack and shit, get my money's worth from Elise. Like, oh, man, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna be pissed off that week because I'm gonna be trying to play 2 fucking games right before Mass Effect 3 comes out the following week, man. So I'm gonna be busting my ass playing that shit. Anyways, getting back to the shotguns, I'm not going to get into differences between the shits. The patch was rolled out to nerf the striker, and look at these two guys just sitting in the fucking corner. The patch was rolled out to knight the striker a bit, and it buffed the other ones or whatever the fuck. So, you know what? They're just all fucking terrible. So I have no issue with the game balancing itself. I mean, watch this stupid shit right here. See, I could just stay in here and wait for this motherfucker, but like an asshole, I run out here and I got spawned on like a fucking bastard. Look at that shit. Look at that fucking spawn. But anyway, I have no issue with the game balancing itself. I mean, they've been doing that shit since Modern Warfare 2, because we all remember those goddamn 1887s and shit. That shit annoyed the fuck out of you, man. I mean, you were getting killed by that shit from like 30, 40, 50 feet away. It's like, get that bullshit out of here, man. Look at this guy getting, you see, my fucking knife skill sucks. You know, this kid was bad. But it was like, that was some bullshit. And then obviously in Black Ops, they did their gun balancing with the FAMAS and the AK-74U. So you know what? I have no issue with rebalancing. The Striker was the only semi-reliable shotgun to use. And although it does have its moments in this game, and in this game, I have a moment where I bust the motherfucker right in his goddamn forehead, point blank range, no kill. I get a hit detect, but I don't get no fucking kill, and you guys are gonna see that shit, because that shit just pisses you off, man. It's like, how the fuck does that happen? A shotgun to the dome, and right here I get fucking collateral. Fucking it happens. And right here I'm gonna go on a nice little death streak and shit like that, because these fucking guys are just camping in the corner, man. So anyway, like I said, while it sucks that the gun is getting nerfed, at the very least, the other guns are getting a nice quick kick in the dick, because they were fucking horrible. Whether or not they patch them and they make them usable will be up for debate later, because I haven't played the motherfucker. But god damn, man, those shits were so fucking inconsistent. I mean, I have a whole fail volume coming up just dedicated to the spaz. I mean, I don't understand how you can hit someone from point blank range and not get a kill. Then from a distance, you fire on the motherfucker and somehow you're able to kill him. You know what it is? The inconsistency is what pisses me off about games. I'm not worried about the shit being nerfed. I'm worried about the shit that's really inconsistent. But the real kicker in this bitch is the damage proficiency. Now, think about this for a moment. Shotguns have a proficiency that gives their bullets a little more oomph in that ass. In other words, it's like having stopping power. And at gun level 28 or whatever the fuck it is, right here you're gonna see more fucking fail on my part. I have all these guys lined up, and then I run away because I see that I'm about to get my ass shot. Now, I could stay in this building and wait for them and ambush them and do the smart shit, but what do you think I do? No, I'm fucking impatient, so after shooting this guy in his ass, what do? I jump out this motherfucker, and naturally, I'm just gonna die because I'm so fucking stupid. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. But anyway, you unlock the damage proficiency at gun level 28 or whatever the fuck. So that ain't a fucking noob tube. So that means the other 27 levels prior to that, the gun is already nerfed. I mean, how come the assault rifles, the LMGs, or the SMGs, whatever the fuck, they don't have this shit? In essence, the gun is specifically built to be weaker. That's what they're made to do. The shotguns in this shit are less than full strength until you have to level those shits up. And that shit is fucking irritating. I mean, never mind whether or not that shit actually helps. Because people are going to say, well, power doesn't really help. I don't really give a shit. The fact that you actually have something in the game that actually acts as stopping power shows that something is fucked up. Something is majorly fucked up that you actually have to have that shit. You know, it's not like the other attachments like kick or attachment or focus or breather or all that shit. That shit works on every gun. Damage is meant to be the stopping power for a shotgun. So naturally, that shit is all fucking nerfed until you finally unlock the shit and this kid got turned on right there. Look at that shit, man. It took like 8 fucking bullets to put that ass down. But anyway, you know what the worst part is? You have to wait 28 levels to actually get the power in this motherfucker. Now, let's take a look at another example of this shit. If you have a 7-foot tall guy on your basketball team, right? Do you tell him you have to stay 15 feet away from the basket? And you have to do that shit until you score at least 10 fucking points? No! There shouldn't be a restriction on the capability that your fucking gun has. No reason to have a fucking restriction on this shit. So what they should have done is they should have just made the shotgun full power to begin with. None of this damage proficiency, none of this fucking bullshitting and nerfing, there's what I'm talking about. Shoot a motherfucker in his face 2 times, and somehow I die in this motherfucker. Anyway, man, Infinity Ward, you fucked up big time on this one. I mean, big time. Regardless of how good or bad the striker is, regardless of how shitty the other guns is, having the damage proficiency, there again, I bust a motherfucker and I still die. Having this damage bullshit is just admitting these guns are fucking garbage. For 28 levels, too. It's not even like it's like, oh, 5 levels or shit like that. Because, you know, when you get stopping power in all the other games, all the other Call of Duty games, when does stopping power unlock? It unlocks right away. As soon as you get a class to unlock, look at this motherfucker camping in the goddamn corner and shit like that. You know where I'm going. You know damn sure exactly where I'm going now that motherfucker killed me in that corner. Like I was saying, man, you could have stopping power in all these other games unlocked immediately. No waiting, no bullshit. As soon as you're able to make a class, stopping power is there for you. In this fucking game, you have to use 28 levels of your goddamn shotgun to be able to get that shit. See, to me, that shit is completely unbalanced. It's bad enough that the shotguns are terrible as is, and granted, they're finally patching this shit, like I said, so they're giving them a little buff and whatnot. They're sticky that motherfucker. But like I said, man, it's just absolutely terrible that this is the way they treated the shotguns in this game, especially after all the other shotguns were decent and all the other motherfuckers. Anyway, that's my rant on shotguns, so hopefully y'all enjoyed that shit. Anyways, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit, and I'll see you guys in the next video.